I don't really know what to put for the intro, so this is what you have to look forward to in this video.
Before we get started, this video is brought to you by money. Money makes the world go round. Money can get you all sorts of cool things, like books, TVs, I guess, microphones, manga, food, a roof to sleep under. So get some money and then you can get manga, just like me. Thank you, Money, for sponsoring this video. Happy New Year, everybody. As of recording today, it is January 2nd, 2022. After the semester ended, I went home for winter break, and now I'm back in college. Ooh. Hence the familiar setting with a little unfamiliar things in the background, like this poster, which we'll talk about later, because today is a super special video. But first, I want to give a very heartfelt and warm thank you to everybody that watched my previous Chainsaw Man video. It was pretty cool to see all the people that had things to say, and a lot of advice was given, and I really appreciate that too. I love feedback, so if there's anything else that you guys think I could do better for my videos, you just let me know down below. So let's get started with our manga haul of the holiday season 2021. It's about, oh crap. It's about all this stuff, yeah. But I'm gonna go through it all one by one so you guys can all see. And when I say holiday season, that includes presents that I got for Christmas, that includes things that I bought for myself with other like gift cards or money that I received, because why pay rent when you can buy manga instead, right guys? Yeah. So first off, I wanted to start with Chainsaw Man Volume 4. I hope the light, there we go, now you can see it. I now have all of the 8 volumes of Chainsaw Man that have been released in English. Plus Aki's on the cover. He's honestly one of my favorite characters, so I'm pretty excited about this. I'm gonna have to reread the whole series pretty soon, honestly, especially after making that video. I want to reread the whole thing. Next up, we've got some Jujutsu Kaisen. I've got Volume 0, Volume 10, and Volume 11. I know that as of recording, we are up to Volume 13 that have been released in English, but I went to the bookstore, I saw Jujutsu Kaisen 0, thought, you know, I'll get that. That looks pretty cool. The movie's coming out. I've already seen the first season of the anime and thought it was friggin' dope. And I've been wanting to read the manga for a while, but it's kind of hard, you know, jumping right in the middle after a season. You know a show is coming. So I thought, I'm just gonna start with Volume 0 and get ready for the movie that eventually releases, which has been out in Japan for a little over a week, but it still has not yet been released in America, so I'm waiting on that. But I read it, friggin' loved it, thought it was awesome.
Yuta Okkotsu is different in the sense that instead of being a normal, happy-go-lucky, I want to be the best shonen protagonist, he's more of a tragic character. This guy is sad like all the time, but he finds strength and he finds meaning in the friends that he makes, and it's a story of him coming to accept himself and accept his place in the world. So I like how that differs from many other manga protagonists.
I love it when authors reference things later on in their works. So he shows up later on in Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's super cool. So I can't wait to read up to that point in the manga when he shows up. So I love this. The art was stellar, the storytelling was gripping, and we got to see more of Panda, Maki, and that other guy. I can never remember his name. The guy with the voice. You know what I'm talking about. Inumaki. Okaka. It's cool to see the incident that is referenced in later chapters of Jujutsu Kaisen. So, super cool. Can't wait for the movie. And also with the movie, I think there's going to be like a special little booklet you get. Then we got volumes 10 and 11. After season 1 ended, I went and read some of the manga online. Thank you to Shonen Jump. If you get a membership, you can like read all the stuff, which is pretty freaking cool. But I really wanted to read the Shibuya incident, because I've heard so much hype about it and how crazy it is. I read these both in like a day, because they were just, I know it's like not a lot. You can zoom through a manga. It's a lot faster to read than a graphic novel or a regular novel. But the action was great, the suspense was great. I love seeing all these little character moments. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get the next few volumes because this story was dope and I wanted to see how it plays out. And I prefer reading physically. I don't know, digital just doesn't, it's just not the same, you know? So yeah, next up we've got a manga that is receiving an anime adaptation, and I believe it's April of 2022, and that is Spy X Family. I got volume 2, 4, 5, and 6. I read volume 1 online, and I actually haven't read volume 4, 5, 6 because I want to find volume 3 first and read that. I read volume 1 and volume 2 in different formats and absolutely loved it. It was some of the most fun I've had reading manga in recent memory. I mean, okay, I have fun reading everything, but it's nice to just take a break from the Chainsaw Man and the Jujutsu Kaisen and the Hell's Paradise and just have a nice like spy, family, drama, comedy, dramedy? I don't know. It's just a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait to see where the rest of the series is going. I want to get volumes 1 and 3 in physical, but they've been sold out for a while, so we'll see if I can eventually find that. If you haven't been reading Spy X Family, I definitely recommend it. Basically, the story revolves around a mishmash of characters in a fake family. It takes place in like Europe in this setting that reminds me of Batman the Animated Series, in that it's not quite in the 50s or 60s, it's not quite modern day, it's not quite in the 20s or whatever. It's a whole amalgamation of decades, and so technologies are different, but I love stories like that. I think it's a lot of fun to take all the elements from different periods of time and put them all together. This is only €8, $13 in Canada. Basically, there are political tensions between the East and the West countries, and so there's this spy whose name is Twilight, and he's like the coolest, most badass spy in the whole organization, and he has to go stop a certain individual. Not stop, but like get to know him. He can't just assassinate him, that'd be too easy, but he wants to meet up with this guy, come to understand him and figure out what his plans are, because it's thought that he might destroy the peace between the East and the West. And it's like Cold War-ish, so peace is like, you know? So in order to do so, he has to make a family within a week. He has to have a wife and a child within a week so that he can get that child into this super prolific school where the son of the guy he's targeting goes to. Because this guy, this creepy looking mofo, doesn't show up anywhere. He only shows up at specific events at this school. He, by chance, by happenstance, meets this woman who turns out to be an assassin, and also meets this little girl who is a telepath, and hijinks ensue. Their family dynamic is super duper cute, how they are a fake family, but they're all kind of okay with it. And the little girl, Anya, she knows that Twilight is a spy, and she knows that her fake mother is an assassin, but she's just like, this is so cool. It's like a TV show in real life, so I'm just gonna go along with whatever. But she's also super freaking adorable and just wants to help out, and so she does all these little things to help her dad out on her missions and stuff, so it's cute, it's heartwarming. What I've been learning in my storytelling in film classes is that the best stories, the ones that people connect the most with, are ones where the main focus is on relationships. Character relationships are so important in any story. Sure, the plot can be interesting, but look at most movies. Most of the saddest, most heartwarming, most heartbreaking, most memorable moments happen between characters. So definitely try out Spy X Family if you can get a copy, or start reading it online on the Shonen Jump website, because it's pretty cool. Next up, I got this with my own money at a used bookstore, which is the first volume of Akira. I know absolutely nothing about this other than that it's pretty popular. Okay, saying pretty popular is kind of an understatement. You know, it helped to define the genre. It is as influential as Ghost in the Shell or Neon Genesis Evangelion, you know, from the 80s. So I thought I'd pick it up. It was on sale, it was cheap, so I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's kind of like bent, like there's some damage, but I've been trying to like flatten that out, but oh well. I'm not like the biggest, like I don't know anything about this, so I'm not the biggest collector of this series, so maybe if I end up being a huge diehard fan, I'll go search for like a pristine copy. But as of right now, it's just to read and enjoy, and yeah, I started it and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. And the last thing I'd like to show off for the Manga Haul of holiday season 2021 is this book, which is Manga in Theory and in Practice. If this cover looks familiar, if it looks like, I don't know, maybe the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure covers, it's because it's from him, Hirohiko Araki. I'm sad that I had to read that. So Hirohiko Araki, the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, again, one of the most influential series of all time, wrote this book a few years back, which is basically, I mean, this is kind of cheating since it's not exactly a manga, but it's like about manga. It's a book about storytelling, about Araki's influences, his methods, and what he thinks is the most important in crafting a story. And there's also some manga panels along with some descriptions that help the audience to understand exactly what goes into each and every panel and its significance. So it's a super cool reference for me to use as I am making my own comic book. It's not a manga, it's just a one shot. I want to make a story. I want it to be simple, basic, just.
When you want to create something, you just go for it. You don't wait until you have the most perfect idea. You just go for it.
And hopefully I can get to drawing and finish it up in the next couple months. That's the goal, at least. I want
to draw that sucker.
But this has been super useful in helping me understand story structure and helping me understand character motivations and what keeps an audience to continue reading through your story. So I've learned a lot from this, and I think it's essential for any storyteller, honestly. It's helpful not just for writing manga, but for comic books, for books, for movies even. So I'm going to be reading through this quite a few times, I bet. And that does it for the Manga Haul. Kind of cheated with that last one, but it's whatever. There are a few more things I'd like to show off a bit, which I just thought were really cool. Posters. I like posters. I like decorating my room. And so, come on, let's go look at what I got. Come on, let's go. So here I've got a pretty cool looking Cowboy Bebop poster. I really like this poster. My parents got it for me at Comic-Con, and I'm going to put a link in the description below to the artist who drew this, because they are amazing. They have some great works. So yeah, definitely check this guy out. And then I also got this really cool Chainsaw Man, little tiny little poster from my brother. He knows I love Chainsaw Man, so he got me this. It's Denji and Pochita, and look how cute they are. It's just really weird seeing these guys being all happy and stuff when you know what happens in the story. We won't get into that right now. And finally, my sister got me this really nice Demon Slayer poster. Really pretty. I will make sure to also link the artists in the description. And I don't know, it's just really cute and really pretty. The colors are really nice, and honestly, I might just look at these for inspiration for drawing, just the way that they do colors, because I'm not great with coloring. I like sketching and inking and stuff, but coloring has always been kind of difficult for me. So looking at these, I definitely am going to learn a lot. So shout out to the Fam Bam for giving me these posters. And look at the little Todoroki, look at him. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, this camera's really nice. I like that. Yeah, he was in my stocking. Hey there, buddy. So that does it for me. Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. And make sure to leave a like and, all the stuff that YouTubers say at the end of their videos. I don't know if I want to start saying that, but Anyway, have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and go read manga.